Okay, so with the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, this is a very serene card. It feels very slow, quiet, thoughtful. You know, she's just in her own thoughts. She's just sitting there, very peaceful. She's in a garden. She's in nature. So I'm getting all that kind of very peaceful, introspective thing. And I think that's how you were. I think you were just sitting for a while. It's not like you're just sitting around doing nothing. I think you were busy. I think I am actually seeing people around you. But you know, you're in your own thoughts, I think. I think you're really just kind of going into yourself. Very thoughtful, very, very spiritual. I think that's how this was for you, if this is you. So, okay. So I'm getting a bit of a shift in the way you were feeling. Everything just felt a little bit different around you, I think. It's in your surroundings. It's like your home felt different, or the rooms felt different or something. Yeah, this probably sounds a bit crazy. I hope it doesn't sound too crazy to you, but this is kind of what I'm getting. So, you know when you first move into a place, if you move into a new place and it has a certain feel, it has a feeling, it feels a certain way. And then when you've been there for a while, it feels different again. Do you understand that? Do you know what I'm talking about? So it's that kind of a shift in feeling in your environment. And usually when you start getting that kind of shift, your home feels different, the rooms feel different. It feels like you're in a different place or something. Very, very odd. If you start feeling like that, not always, but sometimes, it's about a shift, a shift, just what I said, ship and not something else. A shift happening in your life. So it's about a big shift. Sorry, I know this is serious. That's happening in your life. It starts off really, really small, starts off with a little feeling, and then it gets kind of bigger and bigger, and then it takes over. So I know that sounds scary, but it's not. It's very peaceful. It's a very nice experience. So very spiritual. I keep on getting that. Very, very personal. Yeah, so it feels like you had lots and lots of people around you. Actually, you weren't by yourself. You're in your own thoughts, but you had people there. So it might be work, could be anywhere. You had people around you, but you were far away from all these people in your mind. And in your spirit, it's like your spirit and your mind and everything was kind of removed from those people. Quite detached, actually. It's kind of like, you know when you see a movie and it's like a party scene in a movie, and there's this kind of yap, yap, yap in the background, yak, 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 and clinking of glasses and a little bit of giggling and all that kind of stuff. So it's like all these people are talking in the background, and that's what it feels like. It's like, or that's what it sounded like to you. It's like yap, 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 but you weren't actually listening to the words. You couldn't actually hear the words of the people around you. So, and because you're in your own thoughts, you're in your own mind, and you're in your own self spiritually. So it's kind of a little bit of a detachment. So if that resonates with you, as you go through this process, you are going to feel a little bit more detached, and it's going to get more and more like that until you feel really cleansed and clear, and then you're going to come back around and you're going to be able to be around these people again and talking to them and all of that, but you're going to feel very different and a lot stronger. That's what this is all about. So I really hope that makes sense to you, because it sounds crazy to people who don't understand that. So if this is you, if this reading is for you, you'll understand this. I hope you will. Okay, so this would be a really good time for you to meditate, if that's what you do. It's a really good time for you to look for signs, listen for signs. It really just feels like you're being led to where you're supposed to go. So I wish I could tell you a bit more, but it feels really early days to me, actually. So I don't kind of know where this is going to lead. But you know inside yourself where you'd actually like to go, how you'd like to feel. So follow that, follow your instincts, listen for signs. It feels really, really peaceful, really, really nice. So yeah, I know that's probably not going to make sense with everyone, but this is what I'm getting here. I hope I was able to convey the feeling to you and you could understand that. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, it doesn't feel like, yeah, again, you weren't a complete hermit. You weren't physically away from people. You had people around you, and the hermit's not here, so no, you weren't the hermit, but you were there, physically, but you weren't there spiritually, you weren't there mentally, you weren't there emotionally. So that's what I'm getting. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, you are really in your own thoughts, you're in your own feelings, you're in your own world. That's what I'm getting. Because if you look at this man, he's got his back to the town. So you aren't turning your back on everyone, but it's like you're turning, it's like you're turning your mind off from a lot of people, a lot of their words, a lot of things, and just going right into yourself. So I know this is all starting to turn into a spiritual reading right from the start, but this is all what I'm getting. So it's like, yes, I'm rising up above all these people. They're all yapping, they're all talking, but I'm just rising above them. So, okay, so yeah, I'm getting this as well. I don't know, you might have had this. If you've had a dream, or if you had lots of dreams, you might have a lot of them, or you might have just had one, or you might not have had any. But if you've had a dream about floating, flying, anything like that, you know, I'm getting a lot of dreams in the readings this week. A lot of people are having very vivid dreams. But anyway, so if this is you, if you're having this kind of floating, flying dream, it's probably a part of this process. It's about you rising up, because you're rising up away from the earth. You're rising up away from earthly things. You're rising up into the spiritual. So I think that's a representation of that, if that's what you're experiencing. Now, obviously this card looks the total opposite to that. You know, he's not floating or flying anywhere. He's the opposite. So he looks really uncomfortable as well. So there are some other things in this card, obviously. So the first thing is something that's right back down to earth about money. This is the Four of Pentacles, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles there as well. So we've got money here. So you might have had a little bit of a drop in your finances. It doesn't look huge to me, actually. It might be something like an unexpected bill. It might be like you were paid a bit less for some reason. I don't know why. It's something like that. So you might have to watch your money a little bit more over this next month, I think. You know, because the Queen of Pentacles, obviously she's watching her coin, she's watching the money, and this one, obviously, he's hanging onto his money. So it's going to be replenished, I think. You know, it's the money's going to flow back. It's not going to be like this forever. It does feel temporary to me. So, but I think until the end of this month, you're going to have to watch things a little bit more closely. So there's that. And the other thing I'm getting here is thoughts about the past. Thoughts about the past, stuck in the past. Okay, this isn't you. This isn't you. Someone's thinking about the past. They're thinking about what happened in the past. They're stuck there. Okay, someone's thinking about you. They're probably still thinking about you. Someone's thinking about you, and they feel really, really, really stuck, like this man. They can't move forward. That's how they feel anyway. I don't think they're talking to you. I don't think they're doing anything. I don't think they're talking to anyone about this. I don't think they're saying anything. They're not doing anything. It's just how they feel. It's like, I'm trapped. I can't escape. I'm trapped in the past. I can't move on. I can't go anywhere. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting around this. And I'll talk about the Six of Swords here as well, because it looks like they're kind of talking about the same thing. Because the Six of Swords is all about moving on, but not quite being able to do that properly. So anyway, so it feels like on the outside, they might be trying to project this image of everything's fine, everything's good, everything's great. Because if you look at this card, or if you look at, say, the Four of Pentacles, I should say, because I'm going backwards and forwards, but if you look at the Four of Pentacles, he's kind of like, everything's fine, I'm in control. Look at me, I've got this crown on my head. And, you know, I'm royal, really. I'm like the king. But he's not really, because if you look at his crown, it's a very plain crown. If you look at where he's sitting, it looks like a box, right? So I'm trying to project this image, but really, I'm not really feeling like this. Because look at him, look at his crown, and look at the Queen's crown. It's golden, beautiful crown. Very, very different crowns here. So he's trying to pretend he's one thing, but he's actually another thing. And I think that's what's going on with this person. They're really, really stuck in the past. It might look like they've got everything together. They might have a nice house. They might be in a relationship, actually. But their thoughts aren't like that. Their thoughts are the opposite. They're stuck in the past. They're thinking about you. They're really, really, really thinking about you. They can't move on. They're not miserable. They're just really, really trapped. And there's tiredness. It feels like mental tiredness. They might not be sleeping. And yeah, all these words, all these memories on this card, you know, on the Six of Swords, you know, it's like they have got a lot of material things. They have got what they want, you know, because if you look at this card, if you look at the Six of Swords, you know, there's this beautiful view in front of this woman. It's all this very, very calm sea. Then we've got trees with this beautiful snow, a few mountains. Very beautiful view there. But she's not looking at it because she can't see the view. She can't appreciate that because she's got all these swords in front of her, and they're all the old memories, and she's bringing them with her as she's going over in this boat. She's trying to get to somewhere else, but she can't because she's got all the memories with her. So that's what's happening to this person. It feels like they're trying. It feels like they're really, really trying to move on, but they can't. They really can't. They're stuck. They're stuck on you. They're stuck on the memories. It's all a big kind of mixed up feeling right now, and they really, really can't move. So yeah, but there's nothing really more to say about that. That's just what I'm getting there. So, okay. So, all right. So the first card you've got for your present is the Three of Wands. So yeah, this is about waiting as well. It's about hoping. It's about, oh, I hope this thing is going to come. I'm looking out and I hope it's going to come to me. I'm waiting for this to come. I don't think they're at this stage yet. They might be in the future, but I don't know, I don't think they're at any stage actually. They're not thinking of any plans. They're not thinking, oh, well, I'll try and get them back and I'll do that. They're not thinking, oh, I'm going to leave the person I'm with. They're not thinking anything really. They're just all kind of lost in their feelings. It's kind of all this confusion. I'm stuck in my head. I can't really think or plan anything. It's all completely emotion based. There's nothing else there. And I think they might even be, I don't think they're going to approach you right now. They might in the future, but I'm not seeing that happening now because they're just all stuck in their emotions. They might be a little bit afraid to approach you, I think. But I don't think they're going to do that. You know, there's no logic, there's no planning, there's nothing here. It's just all emotion. You know, I wish I could tell you what they're going to do. I was seeing a little bit that they might contact you, but I'm not seeing that for a long, long time. Even if they do, they may not do that. But it's just, their mind's just so mixed up that I can't really see quite what they're going to do. You know, if you look at the man on the Nine of Wands down there, you know, he's got this bandage around his head. So the head's really all over the place, really, at the moment. So I can't really see what they're going to do, really. So, okay, something else on this card. This is about waiting again. So if you're waiting for some kind of result to come in or come back, yeah, I shouldn't really talk about medical things on here, but it might be a medical result, or it could be any result. It could be an exam, could be anything at all. If you're waiting to hear about something, there is a wait. There's a wait. So you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, I think, than you thought or that you'd like. It feels quite frustrating, actually. But when the result finally comes in, it's going to be a good result for you. So there's this wait, and then it's a good result. So if you're waiting for something, just know that it is going to come in eventually. You're going to get relief from that. So the next card you have your presence, the Sun. So yeah, relief. Look at this. Happiness, relief, breakthrough, breaking through this wall. It's like, finally, I've gotten through the wall. I've waited. I've got what I want. I'm a lot happier now. So that, again, that's another confirmation that if you're waiting for this result, it's going to come in and it's positive. So another one there. Okay, so, right. So this is all, yeah, I'm getting lots of spirituality again in this card. So I really hope this is making sense to someone when I talk about all this, because I know it's a little bit confusing and I know not everyone understands this, and probably the way I'm explaining it doesn't really do it very well, doesn't do it justice, but I'm trying my best. So okay, so what I'm getting here is it's like you're going to come to this point in time. I don't know when this is going to happen, but it's going to be the right time for you. Everyone has their right time. I don't know when that is, but it's kind of like your subconscious, your spiritual side. It's going to meet with your conscious side, and it's really, really powerful when that happens. So yeah, I'm getting this huge burst of clarity. And so what's going to happen is it's going to slowly shift. You're going to feel the difference. And then when it all comes together, you're going to get this big burst of clarity. And it's going to be like, right, I know exactly where I want to go. I know exactly what path I want to take. I know what I want to do. It's super clear. I know where I'm going. I know what I want to do. I'm going to do this right now. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I know this is probably going to sound crazy to some people. I don't normally do readings like this, but this is all kind of what I'm getting. So these two parts of yourself, yeah, they've been slowly coming together already. And I think they're coming to this point, or they're going to at some time. I don't know when that's going to be. And I think that's probably why you weren't tuned in to what people were saying, because you're rising above the earth, you're rising above people, you're rising above today, day-to-day mundane kind of things. You're on this very, very different journey. So I think what's going to happen is I'm getting this cleansing, if that makes sense. So it's like, I think you're going to remove yourself spiritually from a lot of what's going on around you for a while, people, things like that. That doesn't mean you're going to be all by yourself. It doesn't mean you're going to stay by yourself. But I think you're going to want to cleanse yourself from all this kind of thing, from words, things. You might even eat in a very healthy way. You might even fast or something like that. I don't know. You don't have to. It might be that. But I think once you've got this clarity, and then you get the super clarity on earth as well, and you're kind of aligned back on the right track, then you'll be able to go back and be around all these people without it bothering you, and you'll be a lot stronger in yourself. So you'll be stronger in yourself, sorry about that coughing, you'll be stronger in yourself physically. And when you're around these people again, you'll be fine. They'll be able to tell you whatever, and it won't bother you. You'll feel a lot stronger, a lot better, a lot clearer. You'll say, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. And it's very exciting. It feels very, very happy, because this is the Sun card. Very, very positive, very, very beautiful. Okay, so something else here. It's to do with this though. Okay, when this happens, there's someone around you. There's someone you're really, really close to. It's not a love connection. They might actually struggle with this a little bit, because I don't think they're really going to understand this whole spiritual thing or anything like that. They're not arguing, they're not discouraging you, they're not going to say anything negative. They're not that kind of a person. They're a nice person, but they won't be as enthusiastic as you, because they just don't quite understand this properly, I think. Yeah, look at this horse. I hope you can see this. Look at this horse's face. So, all right. So there's this child on top of this horse, and he's so happy, he's so excited and all that. But if you look at the horse's face, he's there, he's supporting the child. The child's on top of him, so he's supporting, he's happy to support. But he doesn't look all that excited. The child does, but the horse doesn't look very excited. He looks a bit grumpy, actually. So you might have to limit your enthusiasm a little bit when you're around this person. And you might also have to limit some of the things you say to this person when you talk about this, because for one, they don't quite understand it, and you can't really expect them to be all excited with you, because they don't really get this properly. It's like they want to support you, but they don't quite get it. So yeah, so I just love this horse's face. It's like, why is this child jumping on me? Why is that? That's not fair. He looks really grumpy. So okay, all right, so the last card you have your presence, the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this is really the same thing, really. So with this person in the Sun card, again, I'm not seeing you leaving them behind. I'm not seeing you walking away. You're not going to do any of that. They're really supportive. They want to support you. Might be a parent, might be a close relative. It's someone very close. And yeah, they want to support you. They want to be one of these wands. They want you to lean on them. But it's quite confusing for them, I think. They might not know how to support you. So if you know who this is, I think it's just a matter of being patient with them and just a little bit of understanding. Not everyone's going to be where you are. Everyone's on their own path. So just a little bit of understanding around that. There's a lot of love coming from them, but they just don't quite understand. So that's kind of what I'm getting in that card. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so the fourth card you have for your future is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a fantastic card. Okay, so I'm getting something completely different here, completely different to anything else on this reading, totally different thing here. And I'm seeing it in all these three cards. Very, very, very different. It's very interesting, actually. So, okay, now this is if you're single. This is for single people. I'm getting that. So, okay, someone's coming into your life. I'm seeing that. Someone is coming into your life. This is someone who's a little bit different. So if you've got a type, that you always go for or whatever, this person is not that type. This is someone completely different. It's someone you wouldn't normally look at all, but they're completely different. Okay, I'm getting, this is going to sound really strange, but there's something about their voice, something about this person's voice. It's really unique. It might be an accent. They might come from somewhere else, or you know what, it might be singing. It might be that they sing. It might be that something about their voice. Now, it looks like maybe they've travelled a bit. I'm seeing lots and lots of travel, moving, because I've got this wheel moving around, and also it's up in the sky, up in the clouds, so that can be about travel. And so that might be why they sound different. They might be from another country, so it might be that. So this is going to develop. This love connection, it's developing really, really slowly. So I'm seeing that very, very slow. You're not jumping into this quickly at all. It's a very, very, very gradual shift from nothing to friendship and then gradually into love. Very, very, very slow. So you're probably going to be friends for a while, and this slowly develops. Because you've got the Hanged Man. Obviously, he's about waiting, holding back. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this woman's completely on her own, and she's happy being on her own. She's fine on her own. But someone's very, very slowly approaching this woman. She can't see this. She's not looking at this, but it's coming in. So I'll lift this up so you can see. So I don't know if you can see that right at the bottom. There's a little snail. It's coming toward this woman. It's very, very slow. Obviously, snails are slow. We all know that. So this person's coming towards you very, very slowly. I don't know if you've met this person. You might have met them already. I don't know. You might not have. But I keep on getting this voice. There's something about this voice. So if this is you, you'll know them by their voice. So if someone's got a different voice, they sound different, accent, singing, something very, very different. It's quite an attractive voice, because obviously you're going to be attracted to them, but it's very, very, very slow. So very beautiful. This is a beautiful reading, especially in terms of love, if this is resonating with you, and spiritually. This is a very special time for you if this reading resonates with you.